Welcome back, Final Fantasy IV tubers. Sorry, I watch a lot of Blue Ankylo, and that's how he greets people. I'll show off Cecil's Dark. Uh, this, by the way, is my favorite battlefield background. I'm already in this because it just tossed me right into a fight. We're picking up where we left off in Final Fantasy IV. I thought I'd do a real short video this time and just explore the town of Baron, which, by the way, doesn't matter where you enter the town from, you're always actually entering from the same spot. Also, you always go out the same spot. It's sorry about the music cutting. Yeah, that's how towns work. It's old school programming. What can I say? So you can buy stuff here. Potions, of which we have 0. I'm going to want some of those. Phoenix Downs, which remove KO status. I'm going to want some of those. I'm not going to want 5 of them. Let's get 2. And then let's get... yeah, 10 of those. We can afford it. Gold needles. We shouldn't need gold needles right now. And Maiden's Kisses and eye drops and antidotes. And, well, tents are always useful. But they gave me a free one. And then Gissel Greens. Loved by fat chocobos. Try using it where it smells of chocobo. Yeah, if that comes up, I will. If I get a little more money, I'll show that to you. If you're journeying far, you mustn't forget to bring potions, antidotes, and tents along. I don't think there's any enemies that poison you. That would be what antidotes fix. You wish to go to Mist Valley? You must head to the cavern northwest of Baron. The cavern? But I thought we were going to the valley. Sorry, I noticed that last time, and I was like, wait a second. Here's the inn, 50 gil per night. I can't even afford it. Also, I don't need to. Hey, are you a bad guy? You sure look like one. Yes, I am. Dancers wanted. Looking for cute, talented dancers. Interested parties apply within. The management. So here's a fun thing. This is a little secret, I suppose, although I learned about it relatively quickly. See the swords on the wall? It's a secret switch. Opens the door, lets you get this stuff. Eye drops, another tent. Good. Dwarven bread. So there isn't an overworld map? Sir Cecil of the Red Wings? I haven't done anything wrong. I'm a good citizen. I pay my taxes. As if Cecil would be collecting your taxes. A fee? You are the Dark Knight. I cannot take money from someone of your status. Feel a bit bad about that. But yeah, so there's no overworld map in this game. Mini-map. Here, I'll show you. So when you're out here, like, that just brings us to the menu screen. Select doesn't do anything. LNR, A doesn't do anything. But, and I don't care because I use these, there's a spell called Sight. And Dwarven Bread, I don't know why they called it, they decided it had to be bread. But apparently you eat this bread and you're able to be affected as though you could cast Sight. So this is what it does. Hey, look, it's the overworld map. This is the only way to get to it. We're here, Castle Baron, and the other locations will be filled in as we go to them. So yeah. The king is gravely mistaken in ordering his men to master the Dark Sword. Why? I mean, I know Cecil's not happy about it. No, nothing? It's locked. Nothing in that pot. The Devil's Road leads to Mysidia, but it has remained closed since the Mysidians sealed their end. Baron once actively traded with Mysidia via this path. It is no longer in use. The stairs lead to the training room. So you can still step on it. The path is sealed and cannot be used. But all it does is turn the screen green. So this is the training room. The man next to you is naming way. Oh, I spoiled it. Talk to him if you want to change your name. Well, hello. Do you wish to change your name? So this is where you can go and change people's names. As many times as you want to whatever you want for however long you want. Very well. If you ever change your mind, I am always at your service. So, this is part of my history. I was a pretty young. I was in 4th grade. Don't remember how old that was anymore. I think I calculated it in the very first video of this series. My brother and I would be playing this game, and we'd do this little game where it'd be like, "Well, hello. Do you wish to change your name?" And then we'd be like, "No, and run away screaming." But do it a couple times. Every time that a naming way showed up, we'd do that. It was funny. We were kids. What can I say? Maybe it's not so funny anymore. Maybe you had to be there. Being too reckless in battle can cost you your life. Here are some useful tips. To flee from battle, hold the L and R buttons simultaneously. Some magic spells can be cast on multiple targets. During battle, press Control Pad left to target all enemies, or press Control Pad right to target all allies. When casting magic outside of battle, press the Control Pad left or right to target all allies. That implies that we will be able to cast magic at some point. If your inventory becomes full, talk to Fat Chocobo in any Chocobo forest. He will hold on to your items for you. Use Gisselgreens to bring forth Fat Chocobo when the smell of Chocobo is in the air. So I guess I wasn't spoiling it because they just tell you in the training room. Move characters with low vitality to the back row. Press Control Pad left during battle to select the front or back row. Press Control Pad right during battle to defend. In order to use a weapon in your inventory during battle, select items and press Control Pad up until the weapon menu appears. You can wield different weapons and replenish arrows by choosing them from this menu. You must make quick decisions in battle. Slow down the battle speed if you're still a beginner. If you select Active Battle Mode in the config menu, monsters will attack even while you are choosing items or magic. But if you choose the other option is Wait, and if you choose that, they will not attack you while you are choosing items or magic. While you're choosing whether to use items or magic, they will still attack you. I'll show you when we get into another fight, but there's two different... the items and magic is a sub-menu during the fight, and in the sub-menu, you're safe, if you choose Wait. If you have it on active time, they'll keep attacking you regardless, so you know, gotta be quick. Caverns contain save points. Use them wisely. And that's what they teach you about the game in the game. The original game came with a manual that I actually found my old Super Nintendo Final Fantasy II manual when I was visiting home a few months ago. Last winter, maybe before that, I don't remember exactly. But it actually gives you a walkthrough of half of the game. Maybe a little less than half. After explaining how to do everything. It's kind of fun. Oh, hey, Sid. I did it! I built a new engine. Good job, Sid. Principles of buoyancy. My second favorite thing about this game... Ow, ow, ow! The history of shipbuilding. Yeah, it's the same on both sides. Birds of the World. Cecil, can you tell my father to stop pulling all-nighters? He's been confrontational lately, and he doesn't listen to me anymore. He's been arguing a lot with some of the townspeople, too, because they're always bad-mouthing the king and the soldiers. Wish I could, kid. Wish I could. Or young adult? Can't tell from your sprite. It's locked. I sense that something bad will happen if the mist is attacked. Beware the mist. Huh. What could that mean? Yay, another potion. Ow, ow, ow! Why do I keep putting my hand in the fire? Hey, it's Rosa's mother. I don't know if she ever gets a name. I hear the king and you boys are up to no good these days. Whatever it is you're all doing, keep Rosa out of it, you hear? Yes, ma'am. I'll do my best. Look, I told her we couldn't be together. What else do you want? Because I'm a Dark Knight and the armor doesn't come off. I can't stop thinking about Dark Knights. They're cool. And by cool, I mean totally sweet. I don't know No, I didn't spread any bad rumors about the king. Really? I'll show you something neat in return if you keep your mouth shut. So, what we're about to see is something that is going to happen in almost every town in this game. There will be some girl somewhere who will dance for us. I do like the music. And that's just a little quirk of the game, I guess. It's a little bit strange, I think, these days. But I know it's a thing that old JRPGs used to do a lot of that kind of thing, so fan service or whatever. Hourglass. I generally remember which tiles are secret treasures, especially here in Baron, because I've visited this town so often. That building over yonder on the west side leads to an old waterway that goes all the way to the castle, but I reckon it's always locked. Yay, secret passages. Always check like the sides of, cavern walls and dungeons and stuff, because you never know when there might be a secret passage. Alright, and then I think there's one more. So there's that one. I found it already. I guess I found it already. Okay. That was 3, wasn't it? There's 3. Oh, and look. I can run away! So, yeah. Let's fight in the desert. You get different backgrounds based on where you fight. So, Kain can pretty easily kill people with just his normal attack, as can Cecil. So you'll note that the enemies were 1 and 2 and then 1 behind them. The enemies also get rows, and the ones in the back row will take less damage if there's something in the front row. For our purposes, if you're in the back row, like so, you always take less damage, even if everybody's in the back row. And Final Fantasy IV, it's different from, let's see, 5 has rows and 6 has rows. I think 3 has rows too. Yeah, so it's different from the other games that have rows, in that the rows are a specific way. So like the top, the middle, and the bottom are all tied to a row. So if you say change row, those 3 go to the back. Whereas the I guess 1, 3, 5, and then 2 and 4 are always the opposite. So you can have 2 people in front and 3 people in the back, or 3 people in front and 2 people in the back, once you get to the point. But that's how it's determined. Did I get 50 gil from that fight? Hey, goblins. So Kain's jump ability is really nice because it doesn't care about rows. It will do just as much damage to the back row as the front. It's also... So it takes a little while. He goes up in the air, it takes him a few seconds, and then he comes down. And I think he deals like 1.5 times or double damage when he comes back down that he would normally take. 47 gil. Not yet. Hey, let's fight in the forest. Double damage for more time. It's either double or 1.5 times, but it's more damage than his normal attack. I will almost always have him jump just because I love having him jump. I've always wanted to be able to make a Final Fantasy style Dragoon in like D&D to play, and I've looked into various ways to do it in each edition that I've played. It's magic items, combinations, and stuff that would let you jump up in the air and come back down safely. But the other nice thing about it, and I consider it a nice thing, is that he goes off the screen, which means he can't be targeted by enemy attacks like that. Oh, and I think he does extra damage to monsters that fly. So those monsters are considered flying monsters, and so they take extra damage from Kane's jump. Compared to like those goblins that are the weakest things ever. That are not flying, I guess. That's the way to say that. So, do you see this round forest here? Round forests are almost always special in this game. They are chocobo forests. There's always yellow chocobos and white chocobos. You can get the yellow chocobo and you can ride it. And it can walk across rivers, go through forests and desert. It can't go across the sea. And it can't go across mountains. But you do not get attacked by monsters when you're on a chocobo. And then it runs away back home, except by flying off the screen first. White chocobo. The white chocobo, there's always a white chocobo, restores your MP. Not a big deal for us right now. Then there's almost always this square in the back that says, I smell chocobo in the air. And there, if you use the Gissel Greens I just ground some money up for, hey, it's Fat Chocobo! Greetings! So in this game, you actually have a limited inventory. I think there's like 99 slots and that is it. But you can give Fat Chocobo stuff. And Fat Chocobo will hold extra. There's also a limit to Fat Chocobo's inventory. And then you can get it back. And you can only get it, give it, and get it from locations where Fat Chocobo will show up. But yeah, just thought I'd show off the Chocobo Forest. Oh, Sword Rats. These guys are kind of nasty at this stage in the game. Because if you don't kill them in one hit, they will counterattack with a really nasty needle attack. I probably should have shown that off. I'll do it next time. And I think I showed you Dark, but didn't talk about it. Dark was not in the original English thing. It's a special attack that Cecil gets as a Dark Knight. And it drains some of his hit points in exchange for multi-target damage at a high rate. Now, that looked like maybe 3/4 of his normal damage. Yay, he went up to level 11. He can get 221 hit points now. So I'm actually going to run back to town. Go stay at the inn. 50 gil, I just barely have enough this time. And we all sleep in the same bed. Good night. All set. So I'm going to walk up to the Mist Cave, and then I'm probably going to end the episode. I just wanted to do a relatively short one, just to prove to myself that I could, in fact, get further in this game than I got last time. Yay, data saved. Alright, so with that, I will talk to you later. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and have a great day. Goodbye for now.